that one. There we go. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Be the Fish. You guys have already seen part one of Chasing Hardware, where we traveled down and did a little bit of fishing. If you haven't checked that out, check out part one of Chasing Hardware for 2024. On today's video, it is part two, practice for Lake Murray. We're here for the Bassmaster Kayak event on Lake Murray. Did a little bit of looking around yesterday because I had to get settled into the Airbnb. Did some fishing, a lot of chaos, so I filmed it. I just didn't do a full 3-camera filming day. But here's some fishing clips of the fish we caught yesterday. First Murray bass. Yeah, it's a nice Murray bass. Got the solid fish. That was. So we got a pretty sweet place here on the lake, staying with my buddy Justin Largent, who's the host of Kayak Fishing Weekly, which is one of our podcasts over on the Serious Angler Podcast Network. Got a little clubhouse to ourselves. We'll walk you guys through that here in a little bit. But guys, it is freaking cold this week. I think one day it's in the 70s, and then the other days it's basically high of mid-50s. As you see, I got my Blackfish jacket on because it is 34 degrees right now. You know I'm from Buffalo, and I got sweatpants, a fleeced lined jacket, and then flip-flops. But nonetheless, I'm excited for this place. There's a lot of history here. There's been some pretty freaking big fish caught out of here. And it's really being known around the country for one of the better lakes. But we're not starting practice for another 2 days, unfortunately. You're probably sitting to yourself, Bailey, the lake's right there. Why aren't you fishing? Well, for those who don't know, I still have a job. Thankfully, my job, I get to work from home remotely. So the next 2 days, I get to sit here and tease myself with the lake being right here and have to work. But Wednesday through Friday, we will be practicing it on the water. So you get 3 full days of practice content. So that's probably gonna be a longer video. And then, of course, on the next couple videos will be tournament days 1 and 2 this weekend. but it's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna try to incorporate Justin into a little bit of content. We got some podcasts to do this week. Might try to do some in-person shows. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So we're gonna try to capture as much of that content for you guys tuning in as I can. But for now, let's go give you a walkthrough of the place that we're staying in. So we got main house up front, and we got the clubhouse that we're staying in. So yeah, my truck here, of course. Justin has gone. He's out fishing for today, living vicariously through his updates. Got the kayak, truck. That's where we're staying. So really nice place, especially being that it's right on the water. Definitely is gonna help, although the podcasting we're gonna have to do with the Wi-Fi in here isn't that great. So we're gonna have to freaking go do it on the back porch out there. And hopefully that heater works, because it's cold at night here. But nonetheless, we got this small little place to ourselves. Got Justin's section. We got computer with some of the thumbnail stuff for live streaming in the works. This is basically all I have that needs to be refrigerated. We got some baby carrots. Always got to get some chalky milk. Red Bulls, sugar-free, to make myself somewhat think that they're not as bad for me, even though they're really bad for you, but I do it anyways. I don't know, I can't do coffee in the morning when I'm going fishing. I can do coffee every work day, things like that. But when I'm fishing, and you get the coffee rumbles, it's the last thing I want out of a kayak. So energy drinks don't do that for me. And this is our plan for meals. If I don't drop those meals, something a little bit healthier. They're cheaper. It's better than getting fast food, and it's way cheaper than eating out every night. So you guys know in the practice video, I was telling you guys I want to start being a lot healthier. I've been on this grind lately. I'm trying to do better, just be better mentally, physically, working out, eating better. And so that is the plan. So we have breakfasts are gonna be protein shakes, which we got our protein right here, either with a banana or a protein bar, but protein bars are mostly gonna be for on the water. And our lunches are gonna be crunchy peanut butter and banana sandwiches. Not that those are great for you, but it's, again, better than the alternative. Crunchy peanut butter, put banana slices in between them on the bread, and you're good to go. You guys saw the dinners, and then, I don't know if anyone else is a huge fan, but Dot's pretzels, addicting. That's my snack for the week. And then of course we got our BCAAs, our greens, and then don't think I'll have a problem sleeping at all this week, but this is something I've been trying. It's kind of like a mix of melatonin, relax, recovery, long days. It's supposed to be better recovery-wise for your brain and your body, so probably a placebo 100%, but again, we're trying it, guys. We're just trying to get on the right path of being better, elongating our body's lifetime and making sure we're the best us in general, but also just especially tournament weeks, because you guys know it's all about the mental side. We got some of our backup rods, batteries charging up, a bunch of our spare line, extra reels, podcast equipment, and then bathroom, and then we got our room. Thankfully Justin was nice and let me take the bedroom, seeing as though I have the punishment of having to work the next 2 days. I shouldn't say punishment, because I have a really good job, but the alternative of staring at the lake while he's fishing, I guess you could call that punishment. Nonetheless, this is a great place. One of the cheaper ones here on Lake Murray. This place definitely has some freaking money. If you spend any time on Murray, you know what I'm talking about. So it's pretty cool. We'll give you guys some updates throughout the week. And oh my gosh, it's here. You guys are in for a treat, actually. I don't know if you could see that, but I had an Omnia package show up. I guess we're doing an unboxing. I ordered some goodies. This is all, I'm gonna blame this all on Takumi Ito. If you guys know who Taku is on the Bassmaster Elite Series, we had a podcast with him on Serious Angler, and then talking with him on that podcast, but also talking with him a little bit offline, and he's convinced me to make some purchases. So we got our Omnia box. I guess you guys are getting a freaking unboxing for this video. All right, let's do it. We got our scissors over here in the kayak. We'll set you guys up and do a little unboxing video. All right, got our scissors. Let's grab our box so we're not in the darkness of the truck over here. We'll take you guys back upstairs. All right, so So while I'm putting these away, actually, this reminds me, if you guys saw in the last video, this entire Chasing Hardware series for this event here on the Bassmaster Kayak event at Lake Murray is presented by our friends over at Hobie Eyewear. I've been rocking these for several years now, and they are easily the best glasses that I've had for $80. 80 to 100 bucks. These are the Hobie Eyewear Bluefins. I'm a huge Bluefin fan. They float. The lenses are incredible. They're comfortable. They got the nose pieces. If you got a fat head like I do, pick up the Bluefins. Save 20% off. Link is down below. Actually, before I unbox, I have a feeling like I'm gonna go through a lot of chocolate milk this week. And there's a Publix like 10 minutes away. It's gonna be pretty bad. Our biggest expense this week is definitely gonna be chocolate milk. Ooh! Got free snacks. It's always a nice plus with Omni. It's getting these random things of beef jerky. Alright, so I went down the JDM rabbit hole. Also picked up a couple mainstays, but we picked up Nori's Flip Gill. I don't even know if these things smell or not, because I bought a few Nori's things recently, actually. More for smallmouth stuff, but more kind of like sneaky, finessey things. I don't know, I never opened them, so I don't know if they smell or not. Yeah, they're a little bit stinky. That thing's freaking cool. That is so skinny. Look at that thing. I mean, it's actually rather heavy too. I wonder how you can skip that. Damn, okay. I don't know where I'd practically use that. Maybe spawners? Actually, yeah, that could be a really cool spawn bait. What I'll do is I'll link all of these down below for you guys. So if you want to pick some up as well on Omni Fishing, use code Series 10, save yourself 10%, chocolate milk break. Then I picked up some Nori's, the 4-inch front flapper. Cool little flipping bait. I'm not a big JDM guy, but a lot of their stuff just genuinely intrigues me. And plus, if Taco Ito is telling me to get some of these things, then I'm gonna listen to Taco. That's a cool little bait. It's like a little skinnier rage bug with some more kicking fins, if you will. The rage bug has appendages like this, but they're not curly, flappy, and this one actually has like boot tails on the arms. That's gonna make for a cool little flipping bait. Actually, I don't know if I want to put that in the video. That looks pretty sick. I actually rigged up a Texas flipping rod for while I'm here. Or sorry, 15-pound line, 3/8 ounce tungsten, and then one of my new favorite EWG hooks. It's actually an Ichikawa muscle gap. I really like the offset on it, and so we're gonna rig one of these up, because why not? When you got the tackle, you gotta use it, right? Otherwise it'll sit in my bag and do nothing. My laptop's about to be smelling like shrimp and scent. Next thing we got, some Z-Man bang sticks. Got a little nifty rig that I like to throw that I won't share just yet, but some of you might know it. Maybe we'll make a video out of it this year, maybe we won't. And then the last thing we got in here, I think that's the last thing, more Nori stuff. This is one we actually talked about on the podcast with Taku Ito, and it's the 5-inch Sankaku Tisan worm. Now some of you guys may have seen this, guys using this. More of the Japanese guys that came over and been using this. Ooh, these things are slimy. That is the worm. And you're probably wondering, what the hell is that? So, got the worm, you put your Nico weight here in the bottom, then you have like a small EWG that you put into here. At least that's the idea of it. And that's where you have your line come off, so that way you're working the bait back. I'm definitely rigging one of these up for this week. And then I might lose plastics and be screwed if I catch them. But hey, that'd be a good thing then. But yeah, that's a little Omni care package. That was not expected for this video. I was not expecting that to be on the front porch down at the house here. But we are here, Lake Murray, and I won't see you guys for 2 days unless we have some podcast content we're going to incorporate. So we'll see you at the ramp on Wednesday morning in 3, 2. I'm like, wait, I have my camera in my kayak.
What else? So, well, I mean, that's what I figured they're going to be. So, I'm doing the best fish around. I'm doing it here. Yeah, they're like, first we're talking about only outside shoulder. Watch tape, you watch tape. And you probably know this from matching up with guys. You might have a totally different concept of who a guy is based off tape. And then in the first quarter, you're like, holy shit. I got to switch this up. Oh, yeah. Like, oh, man, he has an anchor. But now I have my whole game plan based off power complex. So now it's being a pass rusher is just hitting on the side. And I think that's the way to go. You learn what your bread and butter, and then you got a bunch of counter. How much of it is setting it up to? Like, tell me what, just the power and getting the guy to shoot his hands to prevent that? Yeah. Set that up? Everything's set up. Yeah, I mean, down to the way you use your track or a tilt track. Like your pass rush angle. You know, like, so the angle of the quarterback or where his drop is going to be. Yes. Okay. Like, for instance, like, you have to, like, with a guy like that, take it to the track, try to sit him down.
All right, guys. Day one of practice. Caught our first fish, probably within 15-20 minutes or so of actually fishing. We're just cranking in a new area. Actually caught it off a ramp. Throwing the Fritz side 7. Just trying to figure out some stuff, explore a new area. Hung up. I think this practice is going to have to be a blend. I think we're going to need to find something offshore. I think it's going to have to happen. Like, we need to find some offshore fish, unless we can figure out a really good stretch for cranking. But then I think later in the day you're going to need to go up and crank and maybe flip. Who knows? So you could find an offshore school that, you know, a school or two that could fire all day long, and you could live for 2 days off of that. I mean, all you need is 10 bites. It is freaking cold though this morning. It was 29 degrees when I woke up, and I think it's a good 32, 33 right now. So my hands are cold, but it's gonna warm up to the 60s this afternoon, so I'm not complaining too much. I'm just gonna cover a lot of ground, graph a bunch today. I don't know how much you're gonna see. As the days go on, I don't know if I'll be fishing all that much. Might be trying to simply cover water and find fish, and I'll try to periodically walk you guys through how I'm doing that, what my mentality is to do that, and try and do my best to walk you guys through all that. But today, hopefully we're gonna catch some fish, run into some. We are down on Lake Murray. Might as well have some fun while we're here. Hopefully majority of that fun is going to be on Saturday and Sunday. This is my second day on here. The way this place looks, the way some of these fish are setting up, I feel comfortable. Like, I feel like this is the kind of place that I can feel at home at. It's just going to take a matter of me just trying to dial in what these fish are doing. I want to say these fish are in their winter phase / getting close to the pre-spawn. Like, I think we're in a phase right now where there's some fish that are going to move up into that pre-spawn area, pre-spawn mode, and then there's still going to be a bunch of fish still in their wintering holes right now. Being February, being that the water temp is 51 degrees right here, I think some of these fish are still out in that mode of it's winter time. They're not ready to move up just yet. Tail end of it, where we had some pretty warm days, like maybe 2 or 3 warm days in a row, I think, you know, like past 70, 75, then a bunch of these fish would start crashing up shallow, or at least in that pre-spawn mode. But that's the plan. Come along, see what we can do today. Just like that, we're back on a fish on the same point. I literally turned the camera off a couple seconds ago. I don't know if this is a striper or a bass, but it was sitting out here on its own. It's a bass, it's a good one. But there are a lot of striper in this lake. We are getting dogged right now. Throwing some pretty light line. You tell I wear sunglasses so much that I always go like this to adjust my glasses. And there's no glasses on my face. This This is a good fish. It feels like a striper. It doesn't feel bassish. I could be wrong though, because it was by itself. I just want to see it. Let me see it. Oh God, it's a big largemouth. A big largemouth. See it. Oh God, it's a big largemouth. Like a big largemouth. It's like a freaking 5-pounder. Oh, come here. Oh, guys. I mean, I think it's a 6-pounder. Old Mickey, shocker. Taking the world by storm right now. Oh yeah. 6.5. 6.5 pounder. Might be like a 22 incher. Thank you, mama. All by itself though, so I don't know. That's a rogue. Unless there's more on this, then it could be viable. But if it's all by itself, it's, you know, fun fish. But can't really write off too much about that unless I've run into more areas like this that have some rogues on it. Then it might be patternable, but right now it's not a consistent pattern. Big old crap. Dang! That's a big old crappie. I mean, damn. Those are all bass. Hell yeah. There's like 12 or 15 bass in there. That was awesome. I'm gonna try and throw the football jig and see if we leave that. This point just seems full of life. So one thing I just did back there was I could see a lot of fish, but I couldn't get them to eat. And they were looking like bass on live, and I ended up catching some, but the ones that I caught, as you saw, were stripers. But some of them were acting and they're behaving like bass. And so what I did, I pulled out This AquaView Mini. I don't work with AquaView or anything like that. I dropped the camera down because they were hanging on my boat. When it's glassed over like this and there's no wind, it's actually really hard on this lake, but also lakes around the country for in the springtime, but any time of year really, to get fish to eat. And so to confirm that they were actually bass, I dropped the camera down, and what do you know, it's a bunch of largemouth. So we got another school of bass there. It's just, I think the wind needs to pick up for those fish to eat. I think like a deep jerk bait, swim bait, Damiki, things like that, A-rig, I think those could be the ticket for us to get those to eat, but that's good to know. All right, guys, we are a couple miles from the ramp now, at least. Found a couple, like one general area that has like 2 or 3 spots on it that have bass. We caught that good one, lost like an 18. Been around some other fish, caught some stripers. So a decent little spot. Just couldn't get the bass to eat. The only thing, I need a drop shot with me. Although they wouldn't eat the Nico rig, which I found odd. But then again, I did roll up on top of them, so that could be partly why. I'm pulling back into a pocket here. That's kind of away from the crowd. Don't see anybody in it. A lot of boat docks. We're just gonna go and stay diverse here and go skip some docks. Keep that shallow bite on us, seeing this is the cleanest water we've seen so far. This water's super clean. It's finally starting to warm up and get some sun, so we might as well go give this a rip. It's almost noon now. We're gonna probably stay out honestly till dark. Don't know what the game plan tomorrow is, but I like what I've seen so far. We just need to build upon it. I don't think what I've found is enough for one day. I mean, there's enough fish for one day. It's just definitely like to see the wind blowing in there a little bit more. See what happens with those fish if they start chewing. A lot of striper there too, and they're kind of hard to tell the difference. The wind is starting to pick up a little bit now, and I'm hoping that'll turn some of these fish on. So I think on the way back we might stop at that area and see if we can't get one to fire. But we got some other stuff to scope out. It's 2 o'clock, so technically tournament time. We'd still have an hour and 15 or so. So we got a few more hours of practice. It doesn't get dark till 6 o'clock, so we got a while. I want to cover as much ground out here as I can. So we're gonna graph for a little bit. Might try some of these main lake docks, see if we can't get any more to come out. I don't know if you guys saw earlier that we had some 4 or 5 decent bass come out from under a dock chasing a mag draft. That's a good sign. We might be able to get those fish to eat if they were chasing the mag draft. They just wouldn't eat it. Guys, we're ending the day on a freaking giant. Don't know if I should have caught this fish, but at least it's Wednesday. That is freaking giant. I have 6-pound test that I've been using all day. haven't retied, and it's frayed. This is like another 6-pounder. And my back camera is dead because we've been filming for so long. I don't have looping on. Oh, yeah. There we go. It's another giant. Another 6er. Probably shouldn't have caught that fish, but we have 2 days and I have no idea if I'm even coming here. I don't feel that good about it. Like, I feel good about it, but I don't. There's just a lot of stripers in this area. But I think it's gonna wrap up the practice. I think we can cap it off at that. I'm thinking this might end up being the deal, unfortunately. Might have to go crank a little bit. We had a limit today, but it was hard to get a limit. If we could weigh it stripers, that'd be freaking cool. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. I think if anything, we might just go try to expand Friday if we don't find anything else good tomorrow. But I definitely think these fish are moving out of their winter holes and they're getting up to where they're going to be pre-spawn, where these are going to be, you know, they're deep enough where it's kind of like that midway section. This might be like a highway right now, so it could be a place where I have more fish coming to me. But then again, I don't even know where their winter hole is right now. So I'm only catching them cranking super shallow, and I'm catching them out on a Demiki, which I think is brush piles and stumps. Well, that's gonna do it for today, I think. So we're gonna start heading back. I might check one or two things, but we're gonna get loaded up and get headed back to the house. All right, guys, we are in the truck, headed back to the house. Let's see how Justin made out. It was a productive day today, I feel like. I don't feel 100% about it. I don't feel like really great about what we found, but I feel better about how the lake is setting up in general. We're gonna go try a different part of the lake to see if we can find some more fish. So we only ran into a total of 5 bass today. A lot of striper, crappie. I think obviously there's more bass around, but we'd like to see some more numbers. So we're gonna go back to the house, get squared away. I don't know how much we're gonna film tonight. Maybe we'll do some stuff with Justin. We're gonna chill, recoup, re-rig, get things ready for a long day tomorrow again for day 2 of practice. Good luck, buddy. No 2 motors for practice? Nah. Alright, good morning, guys. Welcome to day 2 of practice. Last night we got back, got some food, and then literally took a shower, went right to bed. Put things on the charger to get charged up for the morning, and I was pretty beat. It might be kind of the same thing tonight. But day 2, we got an all-dayer again. I think we're gonna go try and find some similar stuff to see if that pattern's holding up on a different part of the lake. Nonetheless, another day. It's going to get a little bit windier today, which I'm actually kind of excited for, to see if that makes them eat a little bit better, and then also see if that improves the shallow better. Also going to try some more docks today as well after seeing what we saw yesterday. Just keep trying to trial and error some of this stuff and see what we can run into. So we're going to go back for a little while. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Kind of put our head down and go to work.
You know, like my first cup, I'll put creamer in because I want to start the day on a sweet note. So I gotta start the day off light and creamy.
Don't be a striper, be a...
Yeah, if it was a striper, I'd be here.
It's a striper. God damn it, dude. You fucking
Is it a striper?
Yeah, striper.
Yeah. I did, and literally did not. That was a dart throw. I will say, data has happened upon here. Look at this.
Guys, I don't know. You definitely need to go shallow more, I think. I'd maybe check some ditches leading from secondary points into the back of these creeks. Maybe that's what I'll check here in a second. I can't freaking get away from striper. And they're almost impossible to tell on forward-facing sonar. And I'm getting a knack for how they're moving when they're together. But like, I can't get them freaking away from striped bass. It's insane. They're everywhere here. This area is not looking too good for bass. The kind of bass I want to catch anyway.
I mean, it basically does the same thing.
Yeah.
I've thought about it.
Unless it's for right now.
There you go.
Try to cut off. graphing and stuff. Hey, I got one. Yeah, I do have a stay. I'm gonna have to mark that dock.
You're flipping it?
Yeah, I caught it on a jig. Yeah, half ounce. There you go, people. We finally caught one today.
Haven't quite seen the female show up, but they're getting.
Alright guys, we are back at the house. Probably can barely see me. I'm getting some things geared up and ready to go. Justin's actually still out. He launched here at the house. Just trying to think about what I want to do tomorrow. Things are changing up a little bit. Do I want to go try backwater? Do I want to go expand on my best area where I caught those 2 6-pounders? I don't know yet. I'm trying to get some things geared up. Maybe some different things that I'm not throwing. Dial in some things. Where there's been some times where, at least like bait wise, I know it's super dark out here. I'm gonna walk you guys to the light on the dock. If you see, got the lake out here. Do not see Justin coming yet. My man's is probably far away. In the past, I've been kind of 50% on some of my baits. Like I'll not care about the specific weight of something else, but the way these fish are acting and behaving and not eating certain things, and I'll drop the aqua view down and see that they're bass. I feel like I need to, in order to try to figure out how I can get these fish to eat. So I don't know, I might try some different things. I'm gonna definitely put on an A-rig, underspin, put on some different jerk baits. The Damiki is definitely the clear winner right now, but I don't know. It's definitely gonna be a challenge, guys. We got a challenge up ahead of us. Part of me wants to go try some muddy backwater and see if they're biting any better there. But part of me thinks I need to expand and stick to my confidence, which is clear water, deeper fish. So I don't know, we're gonna see. Whenever Justin gets back, we'll tap into him a little bit if he's willing to be on camera. If he ever comes back, he might stay on Murray all night. But we're gonna put you sucker on the charger for the night, and I'll see y'all in the morning. All right guys, so I meant to have you on the kayak this morning for our last day of practice, but if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen my story. I put you guys on the top of the truck this morning to put all my stuff away. So I put you up here and I never took you down. Somehow this GoPro right here lasted a 40-minute drive to the ramp to fish this morning and then 40 minutes back. I don't know how, but at least we got that going for us. Hopefully that luck will translate into tomorrow, because I don't know if I'm gonna catch 5. Don't know, but at least we didn't lose our GoPro. But we got quite the mess going right here, trying to get everything rigged up. We got Bass Live rocking, but the plan tomorrow is we're gonna go and do a little bit of cranking first thing. The spot that we went not the very first day, that Sunday when we went and screwed around a little bit, but the first like legit first day of practice on Wednesday. That's where I'm planning on going. I'm gonna do a little bit of cranking first thing, and then we're gonna go out. I apologize for those who don't like it. It's just a method that is, when you do tournament fishing, seems to work and be a dominant pattern right now. So I'm gonna do a little bit of scoping until I caught those big ones. So I know that school of fish is out there. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna throw a Damiki at them. I'm gonna tie a couple different Damikis on. I'm gonna bring a Carolina rig, football jig, and then I'm gonna have a mag draft glide bait jig and a wacky rig for when we go up shallow. There was that one dock that we had found that boy, I think I have water in my GoPro. My screen's looking really weird. There's that one dock that I had a bunch of fish come off of that I threw the mag draft out and they chased it.
at least we're following it nonetheless. And I think if I had a wacky rig, I could have gotten those, at least one to bite, because there were some good ones in there. So that's the plan tomorrow. We're gonna try to do a hybrid of things. Just let the fish tell us what they want. In worst case, we can go and just go fishing and just try something new in a new area. It's gonna be a little bit on the windier side tomorrow, with Sunday being calm. And that's the plan. We're gonna get all rigged up, get everything ready to rock and organized tomorrow, dried out from this morning being pretty rainy. Justin's gonna come back. We're thinking about going out to dinner tonight, but then we have registration to go to. I'll try to remember to bring you guys to that, or at least get a clip of it. But I'm excited, guys. First tournament of the year, kickstart in 2024. We're just gonna go and stay positive and just roll with the hits and take one bite at a time. One bite at a time, one fish at a time, and just stay positive. Not the most exciting practice for you guys to watch, but I hope you enjoyed the video. It's not over yet. But for the rest of this video, I'm gonna go through the different things I rigged up for day one of competition. We'll take you guys to registration, and that's gonna wrap up the video. But I'm gonna drop links to all the baits specifically that I'm showing you guys down below, so you can go to Omnia and save 10% if you want to get them yourself. If you want the rods, reels, line, things like that, feel free to comment below and I'll drop that specific link. It's just a lot of links to put down there if I did every single setup, rod, reel, line, all that jazz. Feel free to comment below or DM me on social media. I'll be happy to share the link over to you guys for these specific setups. But let's walk through day one baits. So rod number one, we got an underspin, little fish head underspin with a Strike King Rage swimmer on the back. Got this paired on a 7.6 Abu Garcia Fantasista Premier. It's an older Abu Garcia rod. You can't get them now, but the new Fantasista X is a pretty good. Then I have it on a Abu Garcia Revo winch, which is a slower reel. Allows you to be able to easily creep that bait along bottom. 10-pound braid, 8-pound fluorocarbon. That is rod number one. And then I'm gonna run through these pretty quick because I don't think you guys care too much, but if you do, again, happily reach out. Second setup, we got a wacky rig, just a simple owner sniper finesse for my hook. Abu Garcia Fantasista X 7-foot medium fast. Abu Garcia Revo SX 10-pound braid to 8-pound fluorocarbon. We got the mainstay that we caught them on this week. This is simply just a clean tackle tungsten live sonar head with a Z-Man jerk shads. And then I actually have this dialed up on a rod that I just started using this week that I kind of like. It's a Trica rod. It's the Trica 3X spinning rod. They sent one over to try. They're new to the industry. I gave it a rip, and it's pretty nice. I actually really like the handle on it. 7-foot medium fast. I have a Daiwa Tatula spinning reel on it. 10-pound braid to 6-pound fluorocarbon. We're getting a little finesse with them. These fish have definitely seen a good number of Demiki rigs in their day. Again, I'm gonna breeze through this real fast because they're all the same. I have 3 rods that are the same, 3 different Demiki rigs. I got a Rapala freeloader on the same queen tackle tungsten head, 10-pound fluoro to 8-pound fluorocarbon. Sorry, 10-pound braid, 8-pound fluorocarbon. We have a Shimano X-Pride B 7-foot medium fast with a Abu Garcia Xenon. So I went a bigger on that other Demiki. The other one's just been working this week, the Streaks, and this one I went smaller. Went a lighter head. That's actually a Gambler FFS minnow. It's not on Omnia. Actually, Mikey Balls hooked me up with that one. They're pretty legit little Demiki bait. This is another Abu Garcia Fantasista Premier 7-foot medium fast. So you can see there's a trend. I like my 7-foot medium fast spinning rods. And then a Revo Rocket with 10-pound braid to 6-pound fluorocarbon. That Revo Rocket is a legit for a forward-facing sonar reel, just because you waste so much less time getting your bait back in. You get it back in quick, fire back out. And you got an A-rig. We got a Hog Farmer A-rig. We got some little 1/8 ounce Picasso jig heads on them with some Kitex, and then a Rage swimmer in the middle to be a little bit different. A 7.6 heavy fast Abu Garcia Fantasista Premier. And then the reel is a Abu Garcia Revo SX with 20-pound fluorocarbon. So we have mag draft for when we're up on the docks. If we go up later in the day, this is a 7.9 heavy Fenwick Elite. Probably too heavy a rod, but I actually like the 7.6 heavy that I've been using in the past for it. So I just went to 7.9, a little bit longer. Simply, it's just I had other rods rigged up and I just needed this on a different rod. I know it'll do just fine. Shimano Corrado 20-pound fluorocarbon. We got a Berkeley Frittside Biggin. We got that in the Ghost Red Craw. This is on a 7-foot medium fast Abu Garcia Veritas PLX, Abu Garcia Xenon MGX, and 10-pound fluorocarbon. Then we got a jig, a little Queen Tackle tungsten jig with that Rapala Crush City Crush Crawl, I think, or something like that. Literally just started using it this week, and I like it for a trailer. Cut it down a little bit, a little compact. 7-foot heavy fast Abu Garcia Xenon. Shimano SLX, 17-pound fluorocarbon. Then we got a little Beast Coast open water sniper football jig with a Maxcent Chigger Crawl on the back. We got another Trika. It's a Trika 6X, I believe there are. 7.3 medium heavy, good football jig rod. Abu Garcia Xenon X with 15-pound fluorocarbon. And then we got something I don't throw all that often, but thinking about different things I could probably get these fish to commit on, maybe, potentially. Hopefully I don't need it. Hopefully we'll catch them the ways we want to catch them. But this is a 7'6" heavy fast Veritas PLX Tournament Edition from Abu Garcia, Revo STX. Got a Carolina rig with a OSP Do Live Shad, and I have 17-pound fluoro to 15-pound fluoro. So again, hopefully we catch them the way we want to and don't have to go to that thing. But again, one bite at a time, one fish at a time. Any way they come, I'm gonna be a happy man. So now we got 2 left. We'll go with the jerkbait rod. We got a Stunna 112+1 from Berkeley, a Shimano X-Bride B 610. It's the EXC 610 MB. I just picked up this jerkbait rod. So far I really like it actually. Paired up with a Daiwa Tatula SV 10-pound fluorocarbon. Last but not least, we have a cranking rod, a Abu Garcia winch. It's a 7.6 medium heavy moderate. We have a Corrado K 12-pound fluorocarbon, and then a little OSP Blitz. So we're bringing a lot, and when you bring in a lot, that means you're not dialed, because we're not dialed. We just have an area that we got decent cluster of bites, and we're hoping that we can go and do that again, if not more, tomorrow. So I'm gonna put these away, get all the baits and everything all figured out, organized cleanly in the kayak, tighten everything up, and we're gonna get ready for tomorrow. Justin should be on his way back, and we'll be headed to registration here soon. Right. Well guys, we got back to the house, got everything in the truck and ready to rock for tomorrow. The wind forecast changed a little bit today, and it's gonna get a little hairy tomorrow. So we're trying to look at Google Maps to see if we can't make a plan B for tomorrow, because it's gonna get a little dangerous for where we're trying to go. Don't really want to mess with that on a lake big like this. So the idea, the plan, the hope is that we can go there and make some hay early, before noon. That way we can leave or figure something out that's protected before we try to run back to the ramp. One way or another, if we try to go back afternoon, like around 1-ish, it's going to be really nasty, like big waves. And that's not something I really want to mess with, but we're going to play it hour by hour, keep track of it while we're on the water, because we're going to be about 2-3 miles from our ramp. That's our best spot. And if I do anything else, it's literally me basically just taking a dart, like throwing a dart at a board blindfolded, because the wind for tomorrow all week was supposed to be pretty much dead. The glass calm, that's what it said this morning. And now it's not the case. So we're trying to figure out a plan B for tomorrow. Not sure what I'm going to do just yet, but we're going to run to our starting spot and spend a few hours there. Hopefully make good use of that time and be able to leave it and go back Sunday. But one way or another, we're going to play it safe. If we got to leave, and we'll just go fishing. It is what it is. We got to roll with the hits, but hopefully we can get a couple bites. Like we always say, one cast at a time, one bite at a time, one fish at a time. Can't rush it all. Can't catch 5 immediately. I mean, you guess we can on an A-rig, but you guys know how we roll. We don't like to get ahead of ourselves and just go one step at a time. Don't rush it. And we're going to see what we can do tomorrow. I feel calm, but excited at the same time. I'm not really too worried. If we suck, we suck. We put in the work. And we're going to see what happens. We're just going to go fishing. Appreciate y'all for tuning in for the practice video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please comment down below what you guys think, how you think tomorrow will go for me. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. We'll see y'all on the next one.